president of the board of directors here at the Harvest House. I've been in this position since December 1st. I was on the board before that. My wife and I both, Patty and we have one other board member from Columbia that's on it. Prior to that, there was some problems that we had to resolve, and half the board resigned, and they handed us the keys and said, turn the lights off when you go out the door. And we had residents here at the time. We had 10 residents, and we couldn't put them back out on the street, so we took it over, working with United Way, and they were been telling us for several months that we needed to open about 24/7 and not be closing at 8:30 in the morning and not letting the residents back in after till 5 o'clock at night. So we did a lot of transitioning just in a very short time, and we're learning what works, what doesn't work. If this is all new to me. Since then, it's grown. We have now 6 families here. From December 1st to now, we have 45 people here. It's just the homelessness in the mid-Missouri area. To my knowledge, this is the only house that still has beds available in the whole state. We're getting calls from Illinois. We're getting calls from all over the state: Kansas City, St. Louis, Joplin, Springfield, Kirksville, Marshall, everywhere calling once they heard we had beds available. They're full. So what's the difference? For us, when we took it over, we're a Christian organization that we wanted to have those values. So we said, Father, bring us who you want us to serve and who we can help. And it just ballooned from there. I've had contact with Harbor House in Columbia and a couple others around the area, just because my wife and I didn't know what we were doing here. We had to get some advice before we took it over, and it's been amazing. The people that come in here, I'm not saying they're all perfect. We had to kick out 2 this morning. We had a baby born here in the house this morning, and so it's sometimes the phone never quits ringing. But the job situation, we had one young family come in on Friday night at 6:30 in the evening, got here just in time for dinner, and 7:30 the next morning he was out looking for work. Sunday night, the casino hired him. He went through training. He is now a security guard down at the casino. Since then, we've had 5 other residents here that have been hired by the casino. We got bakers, we got 3 guards, security guards. We've got they've been awesome in helping us in that. So we've got 2 other, one Walmart hired tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow is the first day. We've got probably a 95% hired rate right now of the residents in the house, and that to me is awesome. And for the time that they've come and spent here, most of these people are not homeless by choice. Their circumstances have brought them to a place where we can offer them anything. But homelessness is not somebody standing on the corner with a sign saying, I'm homeless, give me a ride, and then when they get done for the day, they get in their fancy car and drive off. And that's my perspective in the past. What I've found, being that I have been very wealthy, and I've lost it, and I've got back. I've been homeless twice in my life. Not necessarily by my doing, but circumstances in life. Anybody can become homeless. Since we've taken this over and been running it, I have seen this community, this small community of Boonville, open up in a way that I've been here 25 years, but I've seen people that I've known for 25 years open up in a way that I never knew existed. I've seen the pastors of churches open up, and the amount of giving is just phenomenal. We have a little country store across the ridge over here, and it's called Snotty's. They have opened their doors when they called up and said, "We got boxes of vegetables. Would you be interested?" Absolutely. I went over yesterday. He says, "I'm really grateful that you have and are doing what you're doing up there. I've known them for 25 years. I never saw that side of them before. But that's what I'm finding with people all over town. They're very giving people in a small community like this. Anybody that wants to work, there's jobs available. We no longer have the bakery, which was our largest employer, and Nordyne was the large employer. The three largest employers that we had in Boonville in the last 5 years are no longer here. Caterpillar is a large employer. It pays very well, but when they get a contract, they hire and then they lay them off, and it's not constant. There's 3 residents in that subdivision that I was telling you about that run the local food bank and are working with the people. But the majority of people that are in this town, the majority of them, are very giving, extremely giving. I had a young lady who has 2 children a week and a half ago. Her car was running on the donut for 3 weeks. She didn't have money. She didn't have anything to repair that tire. So I went over to across the river to Barnes's Auto, and I went up to him and I says, we got this homeless lady that needs a tire. And he went back to his rack, pulled a brand new tire off, and he says, "Here." I says, "Well, she's got other problems with the car." And he says, "Bring it in. He'll fix it." I never expected that. I didn't expect him to do that, but that's the giving that we're finding in the small towns. Do you find that in a big town? I don't know. But in the small town, yes. The people are very giving. We got a call from many people in town. "Can you use this?" We had a call 3 or 4 weeks ago. The mother and father had died and left the house to the children. They're my age. He said, we were going to have an auction and we were going to sell it off at garage sales, but he said, "We like what you're doing up there. Would you be interested in it?" We went in, we got the entire house, all the kitchen appliances, the bedroom furniture, the living room furniture, the dishes, everything, the entire house. We have a family of 5 children, just made the 6th baby this morning, staying here. He got a job in Fulton at the prison over there. He's been commuting back and forth over there, but they've been trying to find a house. Well, they don't have the funds to buy the furniture, so we're storing the furniture for them. When they get their house next week, they've got the furniture for it. But that's a local community that's been doing that. I can't say enough how giving the community is. I went to one of the local churches here last 3 weeks ago. I said, we are at the very end. We have the last pillow has been issued out, the last bed sheet's been issued out, the last towel has been issued. We still have bunk beds, but we need more mattresses for them. He says, "How much do you need?" And I says, we've ordered 12 new mattresses. He says, "How much is that?" He wrote it out a check. And he says, "You need sheets?" He says, "Come back tomorrow and I'll have all the sheets you need. You need blankets and towels." How can you say thank you enough? Get a new resident. We try to find out what their qualifications are. We try to fit them. We have a temp service here in town that we work with too. But most of them have just gone out and we give them a list of places that are hiring and that we know of, and they go out and they find the jobs on their own. It may not be a perfect paying job, but $7, $8 an hour is a lot better than sitting and getting nothing. When we provide everything that person needs here, all the food, all the bedding, toothpaste, everything they need, all the hygiene we provide for them. They have absolutely no expenses. If they come here penniless, they can stay here. We don't charge anything for anything that we give them that they need. There's absolutely no reason that they can't work for $8 an hour and put that money away. So we have two programs. We have a 30-day program we don't have any requirements for. Anybody can come in, and if they want to stay longer than that 30 days, they have to have a job. So if they're employed, then we put them into a 120-day program, which is beyond that. In that 120-day program, we require them to give us 80% of their paycheck. We put it into a savings program for them. They get 100% of it back when they leave. Some of these people have never had $1,000 in their life in one chunk. Let alone, we had one lady last fall that went away with over $6,000. She got a job at Caterpillar, she had a job at Walmart, and she was making good money, and she was putting it away. When she left here, she bought a car, and she had her first last and money to buy the furniture and everything. We have a woman that her house burnt down, lost everything she had. Does that make her a bad person? Does that make her, other than the title of homelessness, does that make her unacceptable in society? To a large segment of society it does, because she's not homeless. As much as I can be grateful and thankful for those people that do have compassion for the homeless, there is more that do not, and they don't want to admit that there can be homelessness in their community until they find themselves in that position.